Growing corn is a good skill set to have, whether you're growing it for animal feed, whether you're growing it for grits, cornmeal, or you're growing sweet corn. It's all a good skill set to have. And today I'm going to give you tips on how to grow your own corn. Now, corn is one of those crops that demands a good bit of attention when you plant it when it's in its early stage of life. Once it gets up to knee high, there ain't a whole lot to do after that except keep it watered. But when it's in its early stages of life, it's important to do everything right because you're setting yourself up for success. If that plant stresses when it's little, it's going to be stunted. You don't want that. Let's talk about planting. Now, I normally plant on my row space, I'm talking about right in here, around 30 to 36 inches. This right here is 36 inches apart. I've done 30 inches as well. Both of them work okay. It's really just according to how my plot lays out. 36 inches is pretty much standard, and that's a good one to go with there. Don't get caught up in trying to do it closer than that because it just won't work out well for you. Now, my in-row spacing, I like ideally to be about 6 inches. I planted this with our hoss cedar, and it's not exact, but it's pretty close there. I've got to go back and thin some of those out, but that's okay. Well, we like to hill our corn, and that's H-I-L-L-I-N-G, hill it. I like to do this normally about 3 times, just as soon as that corn gets up enough so I can run that wheel hoe through there and not cover that plant up. It's time for me to start healing. On a normal year, we'll end up doing this about 3 times. You can see there, we're pushing that soil in there. That's supporting that plant. And also, you might not can see it, but that's covering up them weeds in there. So it helps us with weed control, keeps that corn from suckering out, and helps support that plant so when it gets a little bit taller, the wind won't blow it over as bad. So that helps dramatically with that right there. And you'll be surprised what it'll do for your weed control. Yep, there we are. Most of the time we use this high arch. You can also do it with a double wheel hoe when the corn is small, but the high arch's got a lot more clearance. Boy, look at there. That's pretty, ain't it? Freshly plowed corn. Yep, now we also like to use drip tape underneath our corn, and that's really handy when it turns off dryer and that corn starts to make. We got that drip tape underneath there. Now them emitters are every 12 inches. But if you'll leave it on a little while, they'll bleed together and water all your corn. See here at the header up here, I got my main line. That's the way it hooks up there. And we come off that with those drip tape lines there. And, you know, you just got to make up your mind. It's a little bit more work up front, but sure pays off dividends later on when you don't have to stretch that hose out and move that water sprinkler out there. So if you want to know more about growing corn, we got several videos out there on that, and on our website, Hoss University, we got a corn growing guide there. It gives you the details of how to grow your own corn. I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll find it extremely fulfilling to grow your own sweet corn, grow your own field corn, grow your own animal feed. If you want to learn more about vegetable gardening and growing your own food, check this out.